Hey, up next on the MARR Army Rock Show, we have a returning guest. We have Dave Gaskin from the band Rise Among Rivals out of Baltimore. We talked to them earlier in the year about their self-titled EP, but they've got lots of good stuff going on. So, Dave, welcome back to the show.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
So,
happy Sunday.
Yeah, happy Sunday to you too, man. It's finally sunny here in Pennsylvania. I hope it is down where you are too. So, hey, we've had you on as a guest before, but some may lose track because you switched bands about a year ago, and you're in Rise Among Rivals now. And so, why don't you just kind of, for folks that may not know, reintroduce our listeners to who the band is and how you guys formed.
Yeah, so we've been together for about going on a year and a half now. My previous band, Violence and Vanity, we kind of went our separate ways, kind of deal. And Jamie and I, the bass player, and we teamed up with Jim Poggi, the guitar player, and we had a little thing going on for a little while. And Jim was in a band called You're Too Kind, and I think they went their separate ways, kind of similar around the same time, kind of deal. Teamed up with those two and kind of started jamming out a little bit, and then one fateful night, Chris Tepper comes over and kind of just starts talking about what's going on with Guns Out, and I think a lot of the guys had a lot of other stuff going on and all that jazz, and still trying to keep going with everything. So kind of signed on with him and went down to the studio like a couple weeks later with Chris, and then and now it all kind of all coalesced together like a couple summers ago, and then we hit our first tour with Flawed. Man, that was a blast. That was kind of like the first kind of like push. It was like, all right, we're officially a thing now. But yeah, it's kind of a culmination of Maryland bands, I guess. But yeah, man, no, everything's smooth rolling, and sometimes it's like I feel like I've been jumping from band to band occasionally here and there, but I think I've found the right fit for everything, and all the guys get along great, and being on the road with them is always a blast too. So you really can't ask for anything better. Plus the music, the writing, everything else like that, the talent's just there. So stoked to be a part of this with these guys.
Now, one of the things I love about this band is that it's really hard to put a label on you guys, and it's like if I was to describe you guys, I kind of call it like pop metal. What do you hear from most people when they try to describe you guys?
It's funny. Like, I don't get asked that too, but like if I were to put it out, I'd be like, I'd say like hard rock, a little electronic. It's kind of a hard word to say. I mean, I guess some would say modern rock, I guess, but the electronic aspect of music, especially in and like even in metal, it's really prominent too. Bringing that pop side out of that kind of hard rock metal has been kind of kicking pretty hard lately. So I don't know what kind of label to put on it necessarily, but no, it's just a cool fusion that kind of. I'm not saying it's breaking the mold or anything like that, but you take a bunch of different musicians together that have different influences, pop them into one, and then kind of, I call it the icing on the cake, throw a little bit of programming on top of it, man. And sometimes you find yourself writing a song with programming starting out. It's like a different way of writing. So for me, it's kind of bringing out a different music style for me. The kind of pop style. And like, honestly, it just meshes so well with hard rock and even metal that, I don't know, it's just like it's a match made in heaven. It's like the opposites attract thing, and then it just comes together.
Well, it definitely works for you guys, man. The album's a real strong release. Now, you released a couple of videos, and not too long ago, Spiteful Eyes came out, so tell folks a little bit about the making of that video.
We've been working with Tom Flynn out of New York, and he's kind of someone we found online, and he's been phenomenal as far as helping the videos along, and really easy to work with. But we did Empty Love Scene before Spiteful Eyes up in New York, but we did Spiteful Eyes down here in Maryland. We actually we had the Maryland Arts Center kind of let us borrow their whole auditorium kind of deal. So we had the whole auditorium for a day, and we're literally running around with black sheets, like blacking out everything, that has any kind of color to it to kind of get the video right. But no, it was a real pleasure. We knocked it all out in one day. Working with Tom is always a breeze, and all the guys. It's more fun than like hard work, I guess you'd call it with that. Some videos can get kind of intense and like they're like opposing views here and there, but working with Tom and the rest of these guys, it's seamless. And it's just like, it's more of a good time than anything else. You kind of just want to bring a cooler beer with you instead of like like lock it down. You know what I mean?
Now, when we listen to the lyrics of the self-titled record, they're kind of a little bit dark. Is that coming from the whole band, or is that just kind of am I misreading it? Are they a little bit dark, maybe?
Oh yeah, definitely dark. I mean, something about hard rock, like that whole, like, I call it the minor side, like the darker side of things. I don't know, it brings out more of an emotion in me than the kind of happier music, I guess, which is kind of sad to say, no pun intended, literally. But, yeah, I mean, not everything is about, like, the whole experience has happened to me necessarily. It's sometimes you put a story in your head and you keep rolling with it. You know what I mean? But, like, I actually prefer, like, as far as expressing stuff, like, it's just easier for me to express that kind of stuff through music, I guess. You know, on the darker side of things, and it's funny, like shows, like you'll always see a smile on my face, we'll see a smile on the rest of the guy's face. We're supposed to be the serious hard rock band talking about serious stuff, and then we hit the stage, man, we just have fun.
I can totally attest to that, man. I've witnessed it many times.
Oh, dude, it's a blast, man. I mean, it's hard not to smile when you got, full packed house, everybody's having a blast, man. It's like, how do you not smile? How do you sit, like, if we had to have that serious rock face, like, I don't know, it'd be like trying to take a group picture and one dude's like trying to joke around the whole time and making everybody laugh. Like, it just wouldn't work.
So, hey, what prompted me to have the call today and talk to you? You guys got a really cool tour coming up. So, why don't you let the world know about the tour that's coming up?
Yeah, we're hopping on the road with Smile Empty Soul in September morning. That's for the whole month of March. We're so stoked. I think we're before September morning on most of them, so it's going to be like us September morning and then Smile Empty Soul. But this is our first kind of bigger tour. So we had a small little tour with Flaw. We had a blast on that. Those guys are awesome. That's pushing about a year ago now, and now we're kind of hopping back in the game. But we're going all the way. We're doing a lot of stuff in Pennsylvania. We're doing a lot of the Northeast. We're going as far as Oklahoma City towards the end. But yeah, you can definitely check out the tour, all that AdMat stuff, and the tour flyer and all that stuff is all up on our page. So if we're in your city, yeah, come out and check us out. It's just going to be an awesome show. September morning, Smile Empty Soul for a hell of a show. And we're just kind of hoping to kind of live up to it,
Oh, yeah, you guys live up to it, man. 3 good bands on that bill, so make sure, folks, you go out to the Rise Among Rivals Facebook page, check out the tour dates, and we'll be at one of those dates. I think we're going to be at the Harrisburg date, so we're looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good for us, man. I mean, it's kind of split up nice for us, like, we're van and trailering it, so we're going to be hitting up Planet Fitness parking lots as much as we can. Trying to cram 4 guys into a van, I'm sure it's going to smell lovely. But
well,
no, we got a lot of breaks kind of at home. We like halfway through, we get a little break at home, so that'll be kind of nice. But yeah, man, dude, we're all so excited for this, and hopefully this is a stepping stone to more tours and stepping stone to just breaking more into making music a career instead of the night job kind of thing. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
It's so hard to do, and I admire you for jumping out there like that. Now, I know the EP was out not all that long ago, but I just want to ask, are you guys already working on new music?
Yeah, we have a couple songs. One song's pretty much complete. We were really hoping to get a music video out before tour. Time though, and time and availability of everybody, just to make that happen. Working with some people out of state and stuff like that, and trying to get actors and stuff for a music video sometimes can be like a scheduling nightmare, depending on the people, of course. But we decided it'd probably be better to release after. So definitely, I mean, keep your eyes out, keep your ears out. After March, we're definitely gonna be releasing some new stuff. Kind of been in and out of studio, kind of nonstop. Like it's spaced out, but we're always kind of trying to hit down there as much as we can to get down and just to pump new stuff out, man. Because like any band, it's evolving, and like the music. Some of the stuff might be a little heavier. Some of the stuff might be a little bit more poppy and electronic. Some of it might be more raw. So definitely, you're gonna get a variety of stuff with the next EP coming out. That's for sure. Just some of the stuff we've been working on. I'm stoked, and it's funny, even through all the influences and all that for all the band members. Like it still takes time for you to culminate and come together as one sound, like to get that sound. So I'm not expecting it too far off from their first EP, but I'm feeling it's going to be more mature as us as a band. The sound's going to come across, hopefully making more sense for us. That's for the direction that we plan on going in.
Well, the first one made a whole lot of sense to me. I'll tell you what, you guys gelled really nicely together, and I was immediately, I've been a fan of all your stuff you've done so far, but you guys really hit a home run with this one. Now, do you plan to test drive any of the tunes during the tour? Like, do you guys ever need to try them out on the crowd first before you take them in the studio?
Yeah. Actually, it's our opening song. I don't know if it's going to be the opening song for the set for the tour. But the song we've been, whenever we do like a Baltimore show or a regional show, whatever, I wrote an intro a while ago because, you always want to come out to the cool intro as a band, blah, blah, blah. So like I made sure to put lots of harmonies so it kind of builds up in this cool little build thing. And the intro was only like 45 seconds, but we wound up, playing that out a couple times. And I was like, shit, let's just make it a song. So I just kind of finished the intro as a song. And that one we actually do play out live. It's called Ignite. We have that one. It's all done, all packaged up, almost ready to go. We just want to get that video in there,
Can't blame you on that. Now, hey, one more thing before I let you go here. The very, very first time I ever saw you perform, you were doing a simple acoustic gig sitting there on a bar stool somewhere. And have you guys ever thought of doing an acoustic version of any of the tunes that you currently have out?
Yeah, I've kind of put that across to Kyle O'Dell down in the studio a couple times. He's put it back to me, too. Kind of almost like a low-key version of it, the acoustified version. That's just recorded, but, it's a soft spot in my heart, man, doing that. Like, that's so much fun, and it always, all the guys in the band can sing, and you get those harmonies over top of those acoustic, and just like real low-down choruses, man. I love it. So I'm really hoping to do some of that. I'm actually kind of trying to get everybody to get it together. I think we probably will. Because there's off dates here and there that it's easier to show up acoustic for and do an acoustic set and all that jazz. But I don't know. It's a lot of fun turning your songs into an acoustic song because it's like you're doing a cover of your own stuff, so you can kind of do whatever you want with it. But two, it just adds a whole different dynamic, and in my opinion, it kind of helps the actual performance of the song when it's full volume. But yeah, I mean, like we just definitely in the works kind of deal. We have kind of like a low pop version song of a song we have called Bliss off of the first EP. I don't know when we're going to release that. That might be pretty soon. We'll see. But yeah, man. No, definitely into that. Just got to find a couple cello players to make it real epic.
It's expensive to tour with those guys, though, so that makes it a little tough, right? But, hey, well, we've had Dave from Rise Among Rivals. They're from Baltimore, Maryland. A great self-titled EP out there right now. They're about to go on tour with Smile Empty Soul and September Morning, man. It's going to be a good tour. So, Dave, man, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate having you on the show again.
Dude, thanks for having me, man. Anytime. Yeah, like I said, guys, just check us out, riseamongrivals.com if you even just want to check out that. We're on Facebook, we're everywhere, on Spotify. Yeah, hope you give a listen, and be sure to tune into Rocky MARR, man.